Welcome back to the series of aspirin preparation. In the last video, I have told you how to perform the aspirin experiment, and that was level 1. Now, if I go to level 2 and click on that, then I have to click on next. And here also, the video will be there first, wherein it will show you how the purification of aspirin is done with respect to the solubility and all, but I think you can watch it on your own convenience. I'm skipping it as of now, so I have to click on next and click on finish. Coming to the activity next, what we have to do here is we have to test the knowledge of our purification of aspirin. So let us quickly see. Recrystallization is a process of obviously purifying compounds because crystallization is already done. Recrystallization involves dissolving your sample in a minimum amount of the solvent. The solvent is used very minimum so that the solvent gets evaporated and your substance gets crystallized. Now, if a compound is non-polar, the best choice of the solvent in which to dissolve it would be non-polar, as like dissolves like, polar will be dissolved in polar, and like that. Now, after recrystallization, you would usually expect the mass of your product to have obviously decreased because your pure compound is recrystallized, or your byproducts will be left behind, so the amount would be decreased. And TLC is a procedure used to analyze chemical compounds. It stands for thin layer chromatography and not thick. Let us quickly check. Yes, it is all correct. Now let us go ahead with the next, which is you have to click on the finish. Now the first activity is completed. If I click on the next activity, they'll say that now you have to see the chemical properties of different part of aspirin molecule. So if I click on the next and this is the molecule, I have to see whether carboxylic acid is polar or not. So obviously carboxylic acid is a strongly polar compound, esteric group is weakly polar compound, and the phenyl group is not polar at all. So I have to select the polarity of the entire compound. I guess this is correct. Let us quickly see. Yes, go to the next one. Now they will say you correct, given that the aspirin is a polar molecule, you have to select all the solvents which you think can dissolve aspirin. So if it is polar, then I have to select a polar solvent. So water and ethanol, I hope, is polar. Yes, and click on finish. So the activity is done related to the solubility of aspirin. Now the second activity is related to the recrystallization. For that we need to dissolve the sample in hot solvent and then cool the solution so that the aspirin recrystallizes without the impurity. So what we will do is we'll have to add just enough hot solvent to dissolve all the solution. So I think let us quickly add the hot solution then, and let's see what is happening here. So this is not getting dissolved. I have to add more of the amount, and hot filtration is used to remove the insoluble impurities. So I have to add enough of the solvent so that it is dissolved completely. Let me have one more amount of solvent here. I still can see some crystals of aspirin. Now it is gone and heating is done. Let us cool it and see if the recrystallization is done properly. Yes, I am able to see certain crystals. So aspirin is coming out because you are cooling the solution now, right? When you were heating, the aspirin was getting dissolved. Now it is getting precipitated, which you call it as a recrystallization. Let us check if it is correct. Yes, then you have to click on the finish and go to the next activity. Now when you click on the next activity, what happens is here you have to filter the aspirin sample. So first you have to choose the appropriate equipment, and normally Buckner funnel is used, which is already kept here. Let us use Buckner funnel. Now what happens here is we use Whatman filter paper, but then if you see the filter paper is quite large, I have to decrease the size. If I click on one more -1, I can see the pore. So this is not the perfect size. I have to add one more. This is the perfect size. I obviously have to switch on the vacuum so that with the help of the vacuum, it is all the solvents is going to get sucked in. First you have to add a pipette containing cold solvent so that the filter paper is actually wet. Now you can use it for filtration, and now the filtration will be done. You can see the filter rate has gone down and your compound is here. Now we have to a little bit wash the crystallized sample again with the solvent which we have used, and I guess the filtration is done. Let us quickly click on check and then finish. In order to go to the next activity, you have to click next activity again. Now here you have to perform TLC experiment, which is thin layer chromatography, in order to compare all the three stages. Now what happens here is on the chromatographic plate you have to take your sample and put a dot here. So you have to put a sample just a drop of the sample here, A, B and C. We have kept 3, right? And here in this jar you have to keep a solvent in which you have to put the TLC plate. So if I run on the activity, the TLC plate will go inside. The solvent due to capillary action will rise above the paper, and during this rising above, it will also take the dots, the particles with it. Now we have to see how the particles have moved. Yes, you can see the dot of A has reached to crude aspirin level, and B crude aspirin level, and recrystallized sample, and like that. So basically what is happening, you have kept the 3 dots here. Now you want to check the purity. So if the purity is there, let us quickly check. These things are done. We have got the samples. Now in the next activity, what you have to do is you have to analyze the TLC plate. You have got the dots, but then you have to analyze what does that dot mean. So these 2 dots are at the same level and these 2 dots are at the same level. Let us quickly see if it is 2-hydroxybenzoic acid or aspirin here. Right, so this also must be aspirin and 2-hydroxybenzoic acid. 2-hydroxybenzoic acid, check. Oh no, this is wrong. This is not the correct answer. The product is more polar than the starting material. Now what was the C? C was the recrystallized one. So recrystallized has to be aspirin. Right, so recrystallized has to be aspirin. A was the starting material, so it is 2-hydroxybenzoic. B is the crude product, it can have both. Let us quickly have a check, and then it is also wrong. What is to be done? Now they are on the same side, so let us quickly change them and see if it is correct. Yes, because obviously if the molecule is same, it would reach to the same height. So if this is aspirin, this has to be aspirin. If this is 2-hydroxybenzoic acid, this has to be the same. Going to the next one, we have visualized them, right? Now what is RF here? What they use is to find out how much the volume is, right? And for that, the distance from the origin of the compound. So origin of the compound was A, B and C. How much they have rised here, that is the distance. And distance from the origin of the solvent front. So aspirin is this one. If this is 0.75, I guess this one would be the 0.5. So RF can be checked from here, and then you can quickly click on finish. So next activity, if you go, they say that now you have to calculate the yield like the way we have calculated. Now this one would be of the recrystallized compound. So first amount of 2-hydroxybenzoic acid, just like in the previous video I have told you that how to calculate mass by molar mass. Click on check and it is done. Theoretical yield of aspirin, you have to click on mass. How do you calculate the mass? By multiplying molar mass into moles. So you will select molar mass, you will select the moles, and then you will click on check. You have done the theoretical yield calculation of aspirin. Now the percentage yield of crude aspirin. Crude aspirin means actual mass of the aspirin and theoretical mass of the aspirin, right? So that will give you the yield, I guess 72%. Yes, last time also we achieved that. Now pure aspirin. Pure means which you have crystallized. So actual mass of the recrystallized aspirin by theoretical mass of the aspirin, and you click on check. That is 60%. So imagine 72 to 60, it has declined because obviously recrystallized compound is far, purified is better. Coming to the end of the review 2, this one is the last review option. Now if you click on AND activity, this activity would be ended. And now if I have to go to the level 3, I think I'll make a separate video for the level 3 experiment. And level 2, you were able to understand how the purity of the compound is done and how it is calculated. So first you have done the recrystallization in order to get the pure aspirin, and then you use TLC in order to get the quantity and calculated the yield. So I guess this is all for level 2 aspirin experiment. I'll see you in the next video for level 3 experiment.